we are live. What's going on, everyone? Thank you all so much for tuning in at this time. Everybody that's here, I greatly appreciate it. Anybody watching this on the replay, thank you so much. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. So, another great win. Look, I like the energy. I like the effort. Was it the sexiest win? No, right? Would I have liked them to, when they were up 27 or whatever it was, not blow that lead, not allow them to go and get it to 10? But I'm not going to get too much on them, right? I don't like the bad habits, right? I don't like them playing particularly that way, kind of taking their foot off the gas. I didn't like that Darvin Ham decided to take out Rui, LeBron, and Reeves, and basically put D'Lo with a bunch of non-scorers. Like, that to me was not ideal. But given the circumstances, you're on a back-to-back, tired legs, guys were rough. You still got the win. You still ended up controlling and dominated that game pretty much start to finish. Right? Like, I can kind of, you know what? It's fine. Let's just move on, right? Again, I want the good habits. I don't like the bad habits, but overall, look, I'm not going to complain about a good win, a continued win streak. That's 5 in a row now. We're 9 games over 500, right? And the rest of our games are very winnable, very winnable. We got to keep an eye on the Suns game tonight. That's something else we got to kind of watch out for. I'll definitely be keeping an eye on. If the Suns lose, then I'll probably make a video after the game about it, and we'll touch on it. But in general, again, got to keep playing the right way. Got to keep winning. Got to keep look. I was still worried about the Pacers game. Again, Lakers can obviously beat the Pacers. They beat them twice. Lakers have the blueprint on how to beat the Pacers. But again, it's tough to beat somebody twice in a 5-game span. But if they can just get through this road trip, right, undefeated, that would just be beautiful. It's really not that unlikely. It's really not that far-fetched to think that this Lakers team can go undefeated through this road trip. They kind of got the one, like, super tough, the game that you thought you would lose, especially without LeBron and stuff. You pulled out that win, bounce back, get this win. Keep building that momentum. I do really like where this team's at, right? I mean, if you were ever going to kind of build some momentum and be where you're at, I mean, where a better place to go than now, right? It's crazy, though, that we're 9 games over 500 and and we're still the 9th seed. That's crazy. We're 9 games over 500 and we're the 9th seed. I don't know. That's just bizarre to me. Bizarre. We'd be like the 3 seed in the Eastern Conference. That just shows how crazy the West is this season. Which, as a basketball fan, I'm excited for the playoffs. That's for sure, and the play-in and stuff like that. But as a Laker fan, I want the Lakers to just run through everybody. But anyway, let's dive into the box scores, break some players and stuff down, and then we'll dive into all the super chats and regular questions. Again, I appreciate y'all being here. Real quick, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. People are beautiful, and let's get into it. Rui was spectacular. Start with Rui Hachimura, because that dude was lights out. I mean, lights out. You should have just kept letting him shoot. Just keep shooting until you miss again, right? Like, what if he made 14 of them? He was 11 of 14 from the field, 7 of 8 from 3 though. 10 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 blocks, 32 points, plus 35. He led the team. He had some great just defensive sequences, and just he was solid, man. He was solid. Solid's the wrong word. He was much better than solid. He was fantastic. Let me use proper wordage here. He was unbelievably good. Especially considering, like, my concern going into this game was that, the concern of tired legs, right? Are the Lakers just kind of like jello from the legs, or are they in rhythm? And it kind of looked like the Lakers were in rhythm. I mean, Taurean Prince shot well, Rui shot well, D'Lo shot well. Austin Reeves had his struggles, but defensively he was great. I'll touch on him here more in a moment. But again, Rui was fantastic. LeBron, 8 of 14 from the field. He was 14 rebounds, 12 assists, 2 steals, 0 blocks, but 4 turnovers. You know, I I want the turnovers low, but again, given the circumstances, a lot of it was just sloppy play. But a solid performance from LeBron in his first game back. 23-point triple double. Can't really complain there. He was also the second highest plus minus next to Rui. Jackson Hayes, I mean, he was serviceable. Again, there's the frustrations. I've talked heavily about Jackson Hayes, right? Like, as soon as he starts playing 30 plus minutes, you really start seeing the flaws. You really start seeing the issues with Jackson Hayes. But in that, like, high energy 10 to 15 minute a game role, Jackson Hayes can really have an impact. But no, 30 minutes of this game, he was 6-7 from the field, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block, and 14 points. So it's just the lack of, he just doesn't have the discipline. But I like him. Hopefully he sticks around with the Lakers long term. I think he could be a very solid, rotation big that we can grow and develop with the Lakers. Austin Reeves. Again, Austin Reeves really struggled shooting the basketball. He's 4-13 from the field, 0-4 from 3, 2 rebounds, 11 assists. He was moving the basketball. He actually took care of the basketball, 13 points. But I have to give him credit. This is 2 games in a row. Austin Reeves was excellent defensively. I really liked what I saw from Austin Reeves defensively in the Bucks game. I really liked what I saw from Austin Reeves defensively in this game. He was moving his feet. He was staying in front of guys. He was getting after it on the defensive side. I still have my concerns about his inconsistencies this year on the offense side. People keep trying to tell me he's not, but it's like every other game he shoots the balls poorly. But again, I get it. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt for this game because he did play 40 minutes or whatever it was last night on the back-to-back. I'm okay with it. But defensively, again, you really got to give Austin Reeves and tip your cap to him for the defensive side of things. Again, I'm not asking him to be elite defensively. Just be serviceable. Just don't get torched and beat every possession, right? Like the occasional possession, sure. There was even moments in this game where he just got beat. It happens. But when every single possession teams are targeting you and you're just getting torched and you're not moving your feet, you're basically an open door. And then you, on top of that, have poor offensive performances like tonight, you become almost unplayable. But as you saw tonight, his shot wasn't falling, but he was playing defense and he was moving the basketball. Perfect. Keep him on the basketball court. Don't take him off. Right? I'm totally okay for that. So as long as he can just get after it. Again, just be serviceable. Please, just be serviceable. That's all I ask. D'Angelo Russell, 7-16, 5-9 from 3. He picked up where he left off last night, which was good. 4 assists, 2 rebounds, 2 turnovers, 13. 23 points. Sorry, I was looking at Reeves' point total. 23 points, 4 turnovers. Sorry, Reeves was the one that had the 2 turnovers. But yeah, so he had as many assists as turnovers. I don't like that. Some of them were just miscommunication, like the one that pops in my head to Cam Reddish, right, where Cam Reddish was supposed to be the quarter man. He's supposed to be there waiting, and he just wasn't ready for the pass and ended up being a turnover. But then outside of that, notably, Spencer Dinwiddie was solid. I liked what he did on both sides of the basketball. He was good defensively. He was good offensively. He helped rebound really well, just chasing down those loose balls, 14 points, 3 of 4 from 3. I got asked by Blucky yesterday if I thought Spencer Dinwiddie would get double digits again, and this is exactly what I was saying. If he finds his rhythm, he hits a couple shots, be aggressive in a few areas, he'll definitely continue. And like I said, I don't necessarily need him to be a 20-point a game guy. Just can you give us 10 to 15 a game, right? Gave us 14 tonight. I'll take that. Help with a little rebounding, help with a little playmaking. Now, I still would like the ball in his hands a little more, but outside of that, totally okay. And then Prince was very solid. This was a game that I even talked about. I thought you could lean a little more on Prince, play him 25 to 30 minutes. He played just under 24 minutes. So again, I'm okay with it in this matchup, as well as, again, you had tired legs, let Taurean Prince kind of, who didn't play as many minutes as the other guys, kind of come in, play a role. He was solid. He was 3 of 4 from 3, 4 or 5 from the field. He had 15 points. He did his job, did his part. But and we got a little Harry Giles sighting. He didn't look great, but he hasn't played yet, so what do you expect? But anyway, let's dive into the chat here. Again, appreciate you guys. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, And let's get into it. 41-32. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. This is huge, right? Really gaining momentum. Keep it up. Keep it up. Rooting for the Nuggets tonight, without a doubt. If the Nuggets beat the Suns, we're only a game behind the Suns. So we desperately need the Denver Nuggets to get this W. Bench come all year, nothing good happens if he's on the court. Defensively, he's solid. He just got back. Like, we even saw Jared Vanderbilt have his struggles, right, when he got back. Give him a couple games. Give him, 15 minutes a game. No one's asking him to play 30 to 40 minutes a game. Just let him play 15. Whatever offense he gives you is just an added bonus. He's a guy that you put on assignment to kind of wear teams down. Even in the playoffs, he's great because it gives you a guy. Say we play Denver, right? You're going to have Jared Vanderbilt on Jamal Murray. Well, when Jared Vanderbilt needs some rest and needs to energize his batteries, guess what? You throw Cam Reddish. Throw Spencer Dinwiddie. You throw these guys because Jamal Murray's only one guy. But if we have 3, 4, 5 guys that we can throw at him over the course of a game, over the course of a series, you're going to wear him down. Cam Reddish is very valuable. Very valuable. Need Nuggets to pull out the win today, but they're without Jamal Murray, so it will be interesting. Yeah. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. We need it. We need it bad. Big Show brought it today. Let's go, Rui. Yeah, Rui was fantastic. Let's keep it positive, people. Facts. Great win. I'm a little more impressed with this team, with this win, than the Bucks win. No AD usually spells trouble, but not tonight. Yeah, again, I've talked about it heavily. It's just we don't have the pieces to offset the lack of Anthony Davis. We have the pieces for a night. Again, we're not better without LeBron, but for a game or a little stretch, especially in the regular season, you can kind of by committee make up for the lack of LeBron James. But when you get to Anthony Davis, just it gets really rough. But no, hey, they did a solid job coming together tonight, and we're able to pull it out. What a game for Rui, 7 for 8 from 3. Yeah, keep letting him shoot, man. He's been shooting the lights out all year. Man. He's shooting fantastic this year. Rui is smoking from 3. Yeah, especially considering the 2 OTs we came off of. For now, only 1 game back from Phoenix and Sac. Yeah, got to get there. Got to get there. Need to pull out a win against the Pacers. Hopefully 80 will be well rested with 3 days off. Yeah, that's the hope. That's the hope. Bucks win is significantly more impressive. This was a good win. No, this was a good one. I agree that I think the Bucks win was more impressive given the circumstances. All the things, but like we're 80 is tough, right? To replicate. Rui torched Memphis. Don't forget to hit that like button. Shows Tyler you appreciate the format of content. Yes, thank you so much, Blucka. And yes, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Closing in on 20K. I'm like 500 and something away from 20K. Like 560, something like that. 14 in a row. Let's go. I am with it. Great game from Rui. And the rest, LeBron knew what he had to do. Yeah, facts. That's why I said if you win this game, Lakers look like geniuses, right? This is why I've defended the Lakers sitting LeBron in the tougher matchup. Because with Milwaukee, you could still lose that game, right? With LeBron, you sit LeBron that game. If you pull off the win, right? Well, now you got a fresh, energized LeBron James. Now, obviously, we weren't counting on a double overtime game. We weren't counting on being down 19. We weren't counting on Anthony Davis end up getting hurt and having to miss this game. There's a lot of factors that went into it. But nonetheless, guess what? We came out with the 2 wins. At the end of the day, that's all that matters is the win column. I want the Lakers to go undefeated for the rest of the season. That would be beautiful. Beautiful. Lakers on a roll. Keep going. Yes. Let's go, Lakers. Great win. Let's keep the streak going. Agreed. Lakers can beat any team. Only Nuggets and Kings are the concern. Yeah, look, and I still think if we have to play Sacramento in a play-in game, I think the Lakers beat them. Like, genuinely. I think the Lakers might even run through them. I know it's been a bad matchup for us. I know it doesn't look great in the regular season. Regular season and playoffs are completely different. We're going to run our sets completely different. Everything we do is just going to be completely different compared to the regular season, right? A lot of it's going to be LeBron and AD on the block. Everything's going to be running inside and out. Not just that, but we've seen this team elevate in that type of setting, in that type of environment. Regular season games are one thing, playoff games are another. However, Nuggets are the team that I definitely have concerns with. But as I keep saying, even if we have to play Denver in the first round, I would rather play them and have a chance to beat them than miss the playoffs entirely and you get no shot, right? They're not unbeatable. They can be beaten. It's just, can we do what we need to do it? Everyone else followed suit. Yes. If Kings and Nuggets got eliminated, then we win the chip. Yeah, ideally. Nice shirt, by the way, Ty. Love some DBZ. Yep. I'm right there with you. Man, if we just keep playing like this, got to be focused and play the right way. Yeah, again, share the basketball. Don't turn the ball over too heavily. Hit shots, find the open man, play the right way, and you're going to win some games, right? You're going to win some games. I didn't like the amount of turnovers. We had 15 turnovers, but 31 assists. I like when we're above 30 assists, and like 10 below turnovers. That's the sweet spot. Let's see. Wait, why are we on a 5-game winning streak? Why are we on a 5-game winning streak? Because we've won 5 straight games. I don't care if you think I don't care if you think you can beat a team. Play like if you can't stop the soft play. I get it. The bad, like I mentioned earlier, the bad habits. That's definitely a concern. Anybody knows when LeBron sits in the third quarter when the Lakers still have 27-point lead, then suddenly it becomes 7-point lead in a blink of an eye. Well, again, it wasn't just so much that they sat LeBron; it's that they basically sat LeBron and all of our offense outside of D'Lo. So you put D'Lo with what was it, Reddish, Hayes, who else was out there? It was Dinwiddie. I'm trying to think of who else it was. But or it was Max Christie, I think. And then I know I'm missing somebody. Was it Prince? Something, it might have been Prince. But the point is like you basically took away all the guys that had been torching them outside of D'Lo, and so the defense just like honed in on D'Lo, right? Because it's like, don't worry about everyone else. Like if Max Christie goes off and starts torching us, trust it. If Cam Reddish starts torching us, trust it. If Hayes starts torching us, trust it. You got one guy you got to worry about right now. He's the engine. He's everything, right? Like again, D'Lo can more than run a unit, but you got to have the right piece. Again, it's rotational balance, structured rotations. Talk about it all the time. Darvin Ham doesn't understand structured rotations. He just thinks, like these guys are all basketball players. They can all play. Like, but to an extent, yes. But you need to have balance. Okay, yeah, you got your defensive guy. That's great, but you need that guy that can be at times, if need be, that secondary ball handler if they trap or they double or whatever, right? Like when you basically only have D'Lo and a bunch of non-scoring threats out there, what's the defense going to do? They're going to target D'Lo, right? It's like just throw everything in the kitchen sink at D'Lo. And then you have guys like Cam Reddish who's not ready for the basketball, and D'Lo's trying to play out of it, and Cam Reddish is not ready for it, and boom, turnover, right? And then he's trying to make something happen, and then sloppy hands, boom, turnover. It's like because that's your only threat on the court. So it wasn't that they sat LeBron; it's that they sat LeBron, Rui. Like if he would have had Rui or D'Lo and Reeves, right? You had Spence out there, right? Cool, right? You could do that, but he's also not the spot up shooter, right? So you gotta again have a proper balance. Like if they would have, like, say instead of Prince had Rui still out there, I don't think you would have had those same problems because D'Lo could have found Rui in those spots where it was tight. Rui also would have been ready and prepared for the basketball, so he would have known, okay, this is where he is. Just things like that. Rui's the GOAT, 32 points in 35 minutes. Every second LeBron playing with him, he's playing a position he isn't and sitting in the corner. Yeah, he's really evolved into that position. He's still better at the 4. I mean, yeah, every time he plays the 4, he's just crazy unless he's shooting the lights out like this. But his adaptability this year has been just A1 and really does deserve a ton of credit because he's playing out of position. And he's been moving his feet well. Even this game, I thought he had a couple great defensive sequences. Triple J, he had a couple really good defensive sequences on Triple J. But yeah, solid all around. Lakers handling business like they should. Facts. Only game that worries me is the Cats game because Mitchell is coming or the Cavs game is because Mitchell's coming back next game, so he will be back in Pacers game. Yeah, yeah. I mean, look, my 3 games. I said that I thought the Lakers would lose 3 games. 3 games that I thought they'd lose with the Milwaukee Bucks, which hey, they won, right? Then I said the Indiana Pacers game because again, it's tough to beat somebody twice in a 5-day span, and then not just that, but this time you're going on the road, right? It's not like it's like a playoff series where like you get 2 home games before you go on the road, right? Like no, it's like you played, it's a tight game. Now you got to go. Can the Lakers beat the Pacers? Yeah, they've beaten them twice. They have the blueprint. They know how to do it. But it's again, it's difficult. So I said the Pacers game, and then I said one of the Cavs or the Timberwolves. Right. So now you beat the Bucks, you lose to the Pacers, and then say the Cavs, right? And go, only have 2 losses the rest of the way. That would be perfect. Rui does love playing against Memphis. Great win, keep the streak going. Rui owns the Memphis Grizzlies for real facts. I need to keep winning, extend the streak on Friday. Agreed. 41-32 doesn't look bad, to be honest. Agreed. It's a beautiful, beautiful number. That Goku shirt. Didn't know you were a fellow Dragon Ball Z fan. Respect went up 1,000. Oh, absolutely. Like, love it. Love it. Actually, I have a couple. I worn this one, and I have another one that I've worn a couple of times. We've had like entire DBZ conversations in this stream before. Not this one specifically, but other streams. But yeah, that's really, to be honest, that's really the only anime I ever like growing up fell in love with. Was DBZ. I just loved it. I tried to like get like other things like Naruto and things like that. I just never really like tickled my fancy. But DBZ always have that wonderful spot in my heart. Um, when do the playoffs start? What is it? Is it April 20th or the play-in? I think starts April 20th. I think the first playoff game is like April 25th, something like that. Could be wrong, but I know it's somewhere in that ballpark. It's like late April. Um, him finally starting Rui long term to me is what flipped everything. Yeah, yeah, because I mean he really adapted into that 3 and D, not so much the D, but the 3 role. Hey Tyler, what's going on, Jay? Appreciate you being here. Big fan. Well, thank you. Appreciate you, Donovan. Welcome. Appreciate you. Rui is a crucial piece for the rotation. Before he wasn't even getting more than 20 minutes most of the time. Yeah. What Darvin Ham said that like it's because he wasn't buying in on the defensive side or something like that. Well, maybe it's because you're playing him out of position. Like how good defensively is supposed to be. Like again, it's not. It's the lack of knowing and understanding your players. It drives me crazy. What's going on, Daniel? Hopefully Denver wins tonight, and OKC also. OKC was looking like they were dump trucking that game. Um, I'm not really worried about Houston catching us because we're like 4 games ahead of Houston. All right, so like it would take something catastrophic for Houston to beat us, to catch us. I'm not really worried about that. Oh yeah, Houston won, so they're on a 10-game win streak. Big win for them. But it's Denver. We need Denver to stop messing around. Denver's only up, or Denver's down 8 right now. So we need them. All you got to do is make sure the 1 and the 2 can stay in front of their man. That's it. Just stay in front of them. Like again, guys get beat. It happens on occasion. Fine, so be it. But when like every possession you are just getting torched, that's where it drives me crazy. I'm so slow. Didn't even realize AD wasn't even playing. And Lordy, I hope Braun is okay. LeBron should be fine, but yeah, AD. I had my concerns. Like I was talking about it. Don't expect him to play. It said that he was probable. Right? You don't want to run the. We need him for the playoffs, right? If he's got to sit a game or two, luckily the Lakers just keep winning. Either way, Rui Vando need to be in the key 6. Yes, agreed. Let's not play Denver, please, basketball gods. Yeah, facts. Even in a win, I say fire Darvin Ham. Look, I get it. Believe me, Darvin Ham he's been rough this year. And Prince, then Dinwiddie, Prince, and Hayes. I'll be so happy if the whole road trip be undefeated. That would be wonderful, wonderful. Wonderful. Um, Spencer was a great addition. Yes, agreed. Our worst period was right after winning that in-season tournament, December, January. Ever since February, we've been doing well in spite of the injuries. Yeah, we went 3-10. It's like the Lakers just took their foot off the gas. Right? It's like they thought they won the NBA championship rather than the in-season championship. You'll see that sometimes with like teams that win a chip, right? The first like handful of games going into a season, they like struggle. It's the championship hangover. Plus, teams are going after you, they're targeting you, stuff like that. It's what it kind of felt like. But the problem was it was in the middle of the season. So it's like this is the worst time to do something like that. Yeah, Gabe, I think could help a ton. Plus, if his 3-point shot can start falling around. If we could have gotten a decent big like Gafford, yeah, that would have been really nice. That's the only guy that I was like, I wish we could have gotten. Like the Royce O'Neal, I would have loved Royce O'Neal, but like if you look at how that deal was structured, it was like very complicated, and the Lakers wouldn't have been able to do none of that stuff. But the Daniel Gafford one is the one that I was like, man, that's one that I feel like we missed out on. Yeah, Spencer Dinwiddie was good all around. Played some solid defense, hit some big shots. Um, him live on the mic. Jack's got to learn how to rebound and box out. Yeah, again, it's the discipline. He doesn't have the discipline on the defense side of things. He doesn't have discipline on just like the ins and outs. I believe he'll get there. Like I hope Jackson Hayes sticks around long term. Like I do. I hope the Lakers are able to keep him on a vet minimum for a couple years, kind of use him as a development big. He's still young. He's like 23, something like that. So he has the potential to um Dinwiddie is a playoff performer, yes. Uh but I thought Lakers were better without LeBron. I think that's just such a silly thing when people say that. It's the silliest thing ever. Um, I'm not worried about Dinwiddie either. We need to get healthy. A healthy Lakers. I will be a nightmare for any team, guaranteed. I'm right there with you. Um, let's see. We are legit 41 and 32, not even top 10 right now, which is crazy. I'm telling you, it's crazy. We'd be like the 3 seed in the Eastern Conference if we had this record. Last year, we would have been a top 3, 4 seed. We're 9 games over 500, and we're the 9th seed. That is crazy. That is wild. It is, man. Uh, yeah, I actually, it really does. Again, I really do think you can make an argument for any of the 10. Like seriously, like all 10 seeds right now, you could make a genuine argument to win the chip. Again, some you could make more than others, but still, you could make a really good argument. Um, let's see. The NBA is the most competitive it's ever been. Why is Malone sitting Jamal Murray, Denver? Yes, and yeah, because they know that hey, we might end up playing the Lakers. Um, Tyler only watched the fourth quarter. Braun gets no calls even when it doesn't matter. My God, yeah, it does frustrate me. He actually got a couple good ones today, but it is incredibly frustrating watching him just get hacked every moment. Um, Denver hates the Lakers. That's why. Yeah. Yeah, there's literally talent everywhere. Intentionally losing. Harry Giles doesn't suck. Yeah, you can't base what he can do on just the what did he play 5 minute sample size, right? Like it's the first actual game and moment he's played, and he got a 5 minute sample size. Like how much are you supposed to get from that? Like how are you supposed to tell what he can and cannot do from that? Like seriously, I mean the guy got literally a 5 minute sample size. Um, let's see. I had like 3 or 4 turnovers in the first half. I was like, bruh. The West is insane. How in the world are we still only I'll be a game behind the Suns on man. It's crazy. Um, why not sign Robin Lopez instead of Harry Giles? Because Robin Lopez, because it's a two-way deal. It wasn't a actual contract. He didn't sign an actual like deal. It's a two-way deal. And so Harry Giles, he's younger, he's project guy, somebody that you'd be in. Robin Lopez probably wouldn't want the two-way deal anyway. So again, it's about what's available, what can you actually get, who's actually willing to take a two-way deal, right? And on top of that, it's like you need somebody for the long term. You need somebody that like you can develop and grow and see what does he look like, right? If we can't, maybe we can't find a center in the draft this coming up year or in a two-way, and it's like okay, well at least we have Giles, we could grow and develop. Jackson Hayes, we have him. If he ends up leaving, okay, well at least we have Giles. Right? It gives you options and flexibility. Oh yeah, 100% make sure to play against this, dude. I think it's hilarious. I even was saying it in the video that I made earlier is that like Brandon Clark has not played in like 2 years, and there was talks about him coming back. He's day to day, and I was like, he's gonna come back against the Lakers. Sure enough, comes back against the Lakers. But yeah, um, Denver is the final boss. Yeah, facts. Are a great duo in the sense you can alternate them. Yeah, exactly. Uh, let's see. Biggest win streak in years. Yeah, facts. Really, which is crazy to think about. Uh, come on, Tyler. Do you think performed the best tonight? Who do I think performed the best tonight, or who played the most important role? All around incredible, right? He did basically everything you could ask for. So tonight, I'd have to give it to Rui. I think Rui was incredibly crucial. I mean, I think you could make an argument for a couple people, but I'd give it to Rui. Yesterday, though, yesterday's tougher, right? Because like D'Lo completely carried us in that third quarter. Like if it wasn't for D'Lo, we're not even in that game. It come the fourth, and so D'Lo was huge in that third, and then in the fourth, Austin Reeves and Anthony Davis really carried us, and then getting to overtime, and it was like Reeves, Anthony Davis, and then a little trickle of D'Angelo Russell. So I don't like. I don't think you could really give it to just one person last night. If you did, I think you probably like if you had to pick one, I think you'd have to pick D'Lo just because like he's the guy that like was the momentum creator, right? He was the guy that's like, nah, like I'm gonna keep us alive and kept us alive, and then all of a sudden Reeves started coming on, and then Anthony Davis started doing his thing, and then all of a sudden you look up and the Lakers are in it. So, but I personally I'd have to give it to let's remove Anthony Davis because he's the superstar and that's what he's supposed to do, right? So you got to give it, in my opinion, the pairing has to be D'Lo and Reeves. You got to give it D'Lo and Reeves. Reeves just you got to put Reeves in the conversation because he hit such big shots, man, and just he really came alive. But yeah, again, Reeves totally get it. I just don't think you can leave D'Lo out. D'Lo was so important. That's why like I have to give it to two of them. Like tonight, give it to Rui, but last night you got to give it to D'Lo and Reeves. Um, I'm not gonna lie. Give me Mikal Bridges for Rui and salary filler. I mean, we'd have to give up more than Rui Hachimura, but if you give Mikal Bridges, yeah, like it'd be hard to say no to turning down Mikal Bridges. I just like you got to get something. You got to get more than just Bridges, right? Like, um, what are you most concerned about for the postseason? What do you think the Lakers have to do? Um, I mean, the most concerned playing Denver would be the easy answer, but a not so easy answer is it's just the bad habits and inconsistencies, right? My biggest concern. Okay, let me rephrase it because I've actually talked about my biggest concern a bunch of times. My biggest concern is our starting five in the playoffs. Regular season, it's fine, right? Regular season, Lakers are cooking, right? Like the offense is flowing. We're torching teams, right? One of the top offenses. I mean, we're historically great for just like a starting unit, historically great. Right? We're the best that it's been since the 1976-77 season. So we're fantastic. What does that look like in the playoffs? Because we're playing like zero defense. We're like 27th in defense, right? Like we're second in efficiency and like first in like total points or whatever, right? Like, but defensively, we're awful. So does that balance hurt us come the playoffs? And can we 4 games a series essentially outscore a team? And yes, we're gonna get Gabe and we're gonna get Vando back and stuff like that. The problem is like without the balance in the starting five, you're trusting Darvin Ham to navigate and make adjustments accordingly, which he's not good at. And you look at last year's postseason run, right? What adjustments did he really have to make in game? You put LeBron and AD on the block, everything flows through them, everything's kind of inside out. You trust your superstars and you let them dominate, which the Lakers did, right? And then as soon as you saw that not working as well as it was in the previous matchups, Darvin Ham was lost. He didn't know what to do, which is the Denver series. Denver just ran through us because all of a sudden Denver had 2 guys that could match LeBron and Anthony Davis, right? So it's like, uh-oh, now what? Now when you need to make the proper adjustments, he had his hard time making the adjustments. So my concern is the starting five. Maybe it won't be, right? What do the Lakers have to do? Either A, they have to make that balance, which would be, for me, you either move Austin Reeves or Rui Hachimura to the bench and you insert a Jared Vanderbilt, right? Or you could go like a Spencer Dinwiddie, somebody that can be a point of attack defensive guy, right? I actually like the idea of staying big and going with like moving Reeves to the bench, going with Jared Vanderbilt. That allows Reeves to just basically torch teams off the bench and be the primary scoring option off the bench. So you have like, Spence, Gabe, uh, Prince, Reeves, right? Like you'd be solid. You got some good size, some good length. You got some real athleticism. I'd move LeBron over to the 3 and boom, there you go, right? Or the other side is there's 2 other ways that you could fix it. One, again, hey, Bron, we're in the playoffs. No time to mess around. You got to play the 3 and you move Rui to the 4, which is his natural position, which means he'd help on the glass. He'd be better defensively because he'd actually be matching up against 4s. And then also LeBron gives us that athleticism, and he can, when he's locked in and engaged, actually play defense. I mean, he's holding opponents under 40% from the field when he's the primary defense player. So when he's engaged and locked in, he can do that. It would help with the offensive rebounding because now you got some real foot speed out on the perimeter with LeBron James, so he can kind of help track down loose balls and just kind of give you a little better balance, at least some athleticism out on the perimeter. So it's not just like the slow-footed. The other option would be that the team as a whole just picks it up defensively as they have the last few games. Again, you don't need them to be great, just be serviceable, right? Can Reeves stay in front of guys? Can D'Lo stay in front of guys? Can Rui stay in front of guys? Those 3 guys can stay in front of guys, then I think they'll be okay. So it's just my concerns with the starting 5 again. But all right, next question. Great question, by the way. Rui definitely tonight. We get Vando and have back in time. We get our real identity back. Yeah, our defensive identity would be great. I love Rui, bro. I do too. I really do. I was only okay with him for Dorian Finney-Smith if we traded everyone and fully charged to change the team. Look, like I said, we talked about it last night. Somebody else talked about like, oh man, I was somebody that wanted to trade Rui. Like, I have no problems. People I wanted to trade Rui last season for a couple reasons. One, because we need an actual like 3-and-D guy out on the perimeter. 2, for Rui's sake. Again, I think Rui could be a 20 to 25 point a game guy. The guy's 17 plus a game without LeBron. Like, imagine what he could be if he was actually utilized properly offensively in his proper position. Dude, that guy could I genuinely believe is a 22 to 25 point a game guy. I mean, with his efficiency, his shooting, everything like that. So, like, again, there was multiple reasons why it made sense to trade Rui Hachimura. Right? And it's nothing to do with him and his play. He's fantastic. I love Rui. I'd love for Rui to be a Laker his entire career. But like you and I don't remember who it was last night that said, that they were somebody that was in the camp of trading Rui. Again, I said it like I aboard it. Right? Again, if it makes sense. And Dorian Finney-Smith made sense, but also it was not just Dorian Finney-Smith. It was like, oh, Dorian Finney-Smith. Maybe you go get a DeJounte Murray, right? You start kind of, like you said, kind of revamping this roster, and all of a sudden you have 3, 4, 5 guys that are kind of this roster rehaul. But I'd give them a pass for the loss of the 27-point lead. We played not one but 2 overtimes. These guys, except LeBron, are on fumes. Yeah, that's why I said earlier I'm not going to get on them too much about it. I don't like the bad habits, but they did their job. They, for like a brief moment, lost the double-digit lead. Right, the guy hit the 3 to start the game or start the fourth, and the Lakers got it right back. So like, they did their job, and especially again, like you said, for them playing 2 overtime games, it was a lot. Yeah, yeah. I mean, maybe it was it you, Lee, last night? Yeah, I think it was you, Lee. I think it was. But yeah, Dorian Finney-Smith was an extreme situation. Yeah, exactly. That's the point. Tyler, you checked out the new JJ and Braun podcast. If you mean in general, yes. If you mean the most recent episode, no, not yet. I haven't had a chance to sit down and listen to it, which I'm really planning on, and I really, really want to. Dude, I love that they made that. I mean, you're talking about 2 like brilliant basketball minds. Like, I really do. Like, I'm pumped for that. Like, we have to remember that Vando will still have to get his feet under him. It took forever when he gets back, and then he got hurt again. That's why I'm hoping he comes back like early April, right? Because if he could have like 5 to 7 games to like get back into a rhythm, that'd be huge. That would be huge. Get his timing down, all that stuff. Let's see. Lakers getting hot at the best time. Yeah, facts. Like how we looking right now, man. A week and a half ago, I almost called it quits, and we're playing. So I keep saying, let things play out. I get people, and not you. I'm not talking about you specifically, but people always tell me I'm delusional, or I'm this, or I'm that. Well, one of us has been right twice. I was right last year, and so far I'm looking like I'm going to be right this year. Right? Again, Lakers still have a lot of work to do, and I'm not saying that it's a lock, but again, people are so quick to, even in a game, like I want to get back to doing the watch along streams for the playoffs. It's just hard. But like I'd be doing the watch along streams, and like half the chat, it's like the first quarter and we're down 5. And like half the chat is like, oh, here we go, Lakers lost. And it's like, dude, it's the first there's been 3 minutes in the first quarter. Like let's let the game marinate a little bit, right? But like it's just, I talk about it all the time, the pendulum swing. Right? It's like when we win, oh, we're the best team in the league. No one's going to beat us. We're the best team ever. And then we lose a couple games. It's like, oh, Lakers are trash. They're going to miss the playoffs. They're this and that. Like, let things play out. 82 games is a lot of games. A lot can happen in between things, right? Like, even no matter how bleak it looks. Right? Again, it wasn't that long ago the Lakers looked like the best team in the league. 5 games over 500. Looked like, just won the in-season tournament. Looked like they were going to be a top 3 team in the league. And then, yeah, there were their struggles. Yeah, there were their questions. Yeah, there were their concerns. But it was like, you know what? Like, new team trying to figure it out. It'll be okay. And then what happened? Boom. They flipped the switch and they just went fast. And now they flipped the switch the other way and they're pulling back up fast. Now they're 9 games over 500. And it's just like, again, a lot can happen over the course of a season. People are so quick to just, 20 games in, 50 games in. Like, oh, it's over, it's done. Like, no, it's not. Like, there's a lot of basketball that can be had. There's a lot of basketball to be played. A lot of things can happen. A lot of things that happen to other teams. Lots of things that happen to our teams. And I say it all the time. If you watch enough sports, period, I'm not even talking about basketball, just sports, period. Like, you start to see, like, hey, you know what? Like, Just when you think this is not going to happen, it happens, right? I don't think the Lakers are going to get the 6th seed, but guess what? Like I keep saying, it's not impossible, right? Stranger things have happened. I wouldn't hold my breath about it. I wouldn't count on it. But if it happens, then you're surprised. Again, you don't. My thing is like if you want to be kind of pessimistic and you want to kind of like I don't like the situation or I don't know how like I don't think the Lakers are going to do this and that, then fine. But so many people speak in definitive. So many people are like, oh, Lakers are done. That's it. Season's over. Trade LeBron, trade AD, and it's like, dude, we're only like 2 games out of the 6th seed. Like, let's time out. Let's be patient, right? Like, let's see what happens. A lot can happen, and then all of a sudden we're in the playoffs, and those same people are like, "I knew it." Like it's like, no, you didn't. Like, relax. But anyway, my rant is over. Let's continue with the chat. um, Rui was great. LeBron triple double. Yep. Tyler's still trying. I'm still trying. I'm still trying to get Super Saiyan, man. I still just like just every day. I'm in my mirror, just like screaming. Look, everyone did that as a little kid. You say you didn't, you're a liar. Okay. Well, I mean, depending on how old you are. Let me rephrase. Anybody in like the early '80s to '90s all tried to go Super Saiyan at some point when they were little. um, but he is just a man. I am, unfortunately. Rui has the intangibles, EFX. Um, is just still erratic. Yeah, he is. He can be all over the place. Rui is better than Kuzma. Not gonna lie. Like Kuzma is nowhere near as consistent at anything and as Rui is. Yes, I would say like Kuz was better defensively at the 3, but he was probably still best at the 4 spot too. But Rui, like if I had to choose between, without a doubt, Rui's the better of the two. And it's crazy that the Wizards basically traded Rui to us because they wanted to keep Kuz, which is wild. But yeah, he definitely is. Dragon Ball is all you need, brother. I'm not mad. I missed that stream. I'm a big anime fan, but DB is top 2, and it ain't 2. Appreciate you, Jez. Yeah, definitely. Man, it's everything. Even Super. Like I know, like people are like really hit or miss on Super. I actually enjoy Super. Like, is it perfect? No, but it definitely has its stuff. Even GT. Like I've talked about it on the stream before. Like I really love Super Baby Vegeta. Like I thought the aesthetic look was great. I thought like the story arc was cool. I just didn't like that Goku was a kid. Like I wish that they would have done like something else with that. But outside of that, like I think GT was alright. I know people again. That's another one people either like absolutely hate or they're like, it's alright. Dude is so consistent. Happy last playoffs. You could tell he was bringing him to life. Yep. Mr. Satan. Uh, I get that Ham may make bad decisions, but I still feel like I can't blame him entirely. You got to work with all year, off and on consistently, and it's only a second year. Look, I still don't believe in blaming Ham for everything. I still like every time somebody's like, "Oh, this is all Darvin Ham's fault." I still am quick to be like, "No, this isn't all on Darvin Ham." But he's not it as like a head coach, right? Can he get there? Sure, but like if we were a young up and coming team, keep him, right? Like he has his struggles, but like let's give him a couple years and see how he evolves and develops, right? Everyone's got to start somewhere. Even Eric Spoelstra, dude, LeBron and everyone was trying to fire him because he was terrible and they didn't like how he was designing stuff and they thought he was the worst coach in the world. And guess what? Now he's looked at as the best coach ever. I'm not saying Darvin Ham will ever be Eric Spoelstra, but my point is like you never know how somebody's going to be in their first handful of years. Once they start getting that understanding, they start getting that proper feel, all of a sudden things change, right? Also, a lot of the stuff that Darvin Ham knows, we don't really have the best roster for, right? He hasn't had the years of experience to really learn and understand different styles of plays, right? And different styles of structure. He's only knows what he knows. And that's why a lot of times, again, like that's why I say he doesn't understand certain structures, certain elements about lineups and creatives and things like that. Like, and he can get there. The problem is just the Lakers or the Lakers, and we have LeBron James and Anthony Davis, and we're in win now mode, right? So either A, if you want to keep them, fine. But you need to get somebody that does understand all of the nuances about being a head coach. Go get a Terry Stouts or somebody like that to be his lead assistant, which was the plan originally. I don't know why the Lakers didn't do that. But the original plan was Darvin Ham was going to be the head coach, and he was going to hire an assistant that was a former head coach. So that way they could help kind of navigate him and guide him, right? Again, is everything Darvin Ham's fault? Absolutely not, right? Players still have to play the game. It's still up to the players to execute. You could be the best coach in the world. It doesn't matter if the players don't do what they're supposed to do. But Darvin Ham has been bad this year. He's been bad. But again, if you're going to keep him, fine. But you got to get him that guy that has that understanding, that guy that can kind of challenge him and be like, hey, no. You need to get a timeout now, right? Like, hey, no. This lineup, not going to work, man. Swap this guy with this guy, right? Like, or hey, you want to try that? That's fine. Go ahead. Let's try it. Okay, it's not working. All right, time to pull the plug on that lineup. Let's go, right? Where he at times just doesn't really understand like timing. We do need Denver to beat Phoenix tonight. I am right there with you. Speaking of Stockton coming out, $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Rui is dancing the way his footwork improved. Dude, Rui has taken real strides since coming back. I mean, I talked about it last year. Just in the time he went from the Wizards to us and we got to the play, like you saw like real improvement and real strides in his play. Like he genuinely, like he was improving throughout the year. And then you add in this offseason, him working with LeBron, you can tell he really improved. And I hope Rui does it again this offseason. I hope he doesn't just say, hey, look, I learned what I can. No, he should be, hey, LeBron, hey, let's go. It's time. When are you picking it up? All right, I'm with you. Let's go. And just keep doing that, man. He's taken huge strides this year. So hopefully that keeps coming. But I appreciate you, Doug. Chris, AR, Fire, Rui. Yep, both those two were fantastic. Clippers game made me sick. Today's Clippers game, did they even win? Oh, they did win. Oh, I know that they were losing late. Oh, I didn't get to catch that game. Dude, Clippers are sinking right now. I'd rather get DeJounte Murray for 2 firsts, Rui and Gabe, than get your 3-and-D wing with your other first, and then you have Murray, Reeves, or D'Lo, 3-and-D wing, Braun, 80 ring incoming if we do that. Mikal price too high. I think he's priced too high too. I do too. I don't know. We'll see what the Lakers do in the offseason. The Lakers believe, and there were reports that came out a while ago that it's the Knicks or the Lakers for Donovan Mitchell, that he wants to go to a big market. And if the Knicks decide like, hey, we want to go a different direction, he's going to the Lakers. So, again, a lot can happen between now and then. I'll definitely cover it all. We'll talk about it, right? Because trade season is always the best. Dive in all the rumors stuff and people that's always like the bread and butter. So believe me, we'll talk about all of it. But Suns are one of the few teams that can legitimately beat Denver in any game, anytime Denver goes against a team that can go get bucket for the entire game. They get shaken. Yeah, I mean, you're talking about 3 of like literally the top 15, 20 bucket getters in this league. Right? Like they're, like it's clunky at times, but man, like no one wants to play Phoenix. Right? Like, look, if the Lakers played Phoenix, like I believe the Lakers can absolutely lose that, or absolutely win that. But can they lose that? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Phoenix is tough, man. They are tough. Don't sleep on Phoenix. I'm not sold on the team outside of those 3. Like if they had a better team, I would probably be in the camp of like, oh, Phoenix might win the whole thing this year. I just don't believe Phoenix has enough as a whole to win it. But those 3 guys are still tough. And if they did win it, no one would be shocked. Everyone would be like, yeah, of course. They have Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal, right? LeBron was atrocious from 3 last year. He's shooting at an elite level. Yes, agreed. Let's see. All right, let's power through about a handful of more questions because I want to watch the second half of the Suns game And if the Suns lose, I'm making a video about it. We're gonna talk about it because that would be huge, 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 huge. Where's Gabe Vincent? Isn't he? Isn't it? He will be back mid-March. It was mid to end of March, so we're close. But hopefully, I don't know. We'll see. He has been ramping it up, so we'll see. No, I'm not taking Rui trade talks. Got to keep Rui. And when LeBron leaves Jordan, we'll do wonders. Dude, look, post LeBron is why I want Rui to stay. I think Rui post LeBron could be a potential all-star player. I mean, that dude is ridiculous. And I mean, you're talking probably 2-3 years from now. Problem is like how much longer is LeBron a Laker? Right? That's the problem. Is like, and I'm not in the camp of like, oh, we need to get rid of LeBron. You don't keep LeBron. LeBron is better than Rui. I love Rui, but he's not LeBron. So to me, it's like it just depends on the circumstances, and it depends on what you're trading. Like you're not just trading Rui just to trade Rui. But if you told me like, hey, if you trade Rui, Reeves, and 3 firsts, and you can get Donovan Mitchell, you do that, right? You don't say no to that. Like that's a no brainer, right? You do that. Now, obviously, you'd have to add in a little more salary filler, so it'd probably be Jalen Hood-Schifino, just because I don't want somebody to be like, yeah, you need more than that. But Tyler, I was going to ask, were you going to do watch-alongs again, especially for the playoffs? Yeah, that's the plan. Just for the playoffs. Look, if I'm being honest, I'll be 100% transparent. So like the watch-alongs, one, it's tough for me to put the time around. But secondly, the watch-along streams were like impacting my like videos and stuff, right? Because like it was like hit or miss. Like some streams we'd have like a good turnout. Some streams there weren't very many people at all, which is fine. I don't mind it. I was doing it because I'm watching the games anyway. I get to talk with you guys. We get to have fun. We get to have a chat. I enjoyed it, but it was starting to like impact everything else because I wasn't getting the viewership that I get for like a post game stream on many of those games. But I'm hoping that if I do like the watch alongs for the playoffs, that more people will be kind of tuned in, watch along, and hopefully it'll have an impact. I mean, I would love to do watch alongs like regularly, but again, it's just like anything else. It's like if no one's watching, then I might as well be allocating my time to something else, right? It's like, okay, let's do something that does that. So it's one of those things. Either that or like I do it through like memberships or something, and then I can actually play the game on screen. But then I don't want to like charge people for that, Like so, it's one of those things. Like it's got to be worth it, right? The juice has to be worth the squeeze. But I genuinely enjoy them, but not at like the expense of like, oh, now the little money I am making is being impacted, and even these streams are being impacted because YouTube's got to like account for both streams, so it's just not pushing this one as much as the other one. It's just about having that balance. I don't even see the Lakers lost because they show up in the worst fits ever since Kuzma and Westbrook were traded. Right now, I still think it's a 35%. We make the playoffs 65%. We don't. It's just hard to get out of the 9-10 match. If we finish in the 9-10th matchup, I'm with you. That 3-10 stretch killed us. Yeah, which is crazy because the Lakers have been so good since then, and it's just not been good. It's not been good. But all right, I'm gonna power through. All right, let's do this last little row here. Utilize Rui more and have Vando make us the number 1 defense. Let's see. Sorry, trying to find something to me. Like we'd have an amazing defense and an amazing offense. We need to take advantage of Rui's good shooting this year. Agreed. Gotta see how Vando looks. Yeah. I mean, that's the big key. That's why I really want him to come back with like a couple games left, at least a handful of games left. Tyler, do we go for a guard or post player next year? I say post player because we've only had AD all year as far as impact and production. It depends on who it is and who's available. right? Again, if you can get Donovan Mitchell, you don't say no to Donovan. I mean, you talk about a guy that like single-handedly could make us the best team in the league, right? Just his impact, his ability to carry an offense by himself. Defensively, he's been great this year. Like he's having like a fantastic defensive season, which is crazy because coming out of Louisville, he was known as a defensive guard. He wasn't known as the offensive guy that he became. He was known as like he's a legit two-way player, and he's looked like that this year. If look, if you can get Donovan Mitchell, you do whatever you can to get Donovan Mitchell because that's not only great for now, but even post LeBron. Now you got Mitchell and Anthony Davis to build around. You're in great shape for many years to come. But let's say there isn't a Donovan Mitchell or anything like that available. Again, it just depends on who's available, right? Can you get a Valanciunas? Sure. Can you get a Donovan Mitchell and a Valanciunas? Sure, right? Like, just depends on the circumstances. I just think it depends on one, who's available, who's realistic, and what are the Lakers' options. Depending on how that all that works, then I think it just depends. But Lakers are coming into form at the right time. I'm right there with you, Andrew. First off, thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate that. Secondly, agreed. They are cooking, and they're cooking at the right time. Um, I just we need to see them continue. Right? Can't slow down. Can't hold out. Gotta pull. Gotta keep pushing. Right? Again, they lose a game. Fine, it happens. Right? You're not going to win every game, but can you win a game here? Can you? If you lose a game, what do you look like bouncing back? Lakers have done a really good job of bouncing back. Right? But you got to stop trading wins and losses like they did earlier in the month, right? Where it's like win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. Now they're on this win streak. Cool. If you can win all the way through, win all the way through. But if you have a loss, don't just take it as like, that's it. Like, no, you as a team go, okay, let's bounce back. You got the loss, it sucks, no matter who it is, right? No matter who you lose to. You take it as, okay, hey, sucks, let's get it, right? Next, let's rattle off the next three. Let's rattle off the next four, right? All of a sudden, you look up and they've won 11 out of 13 games or whatever, right? Like that's what I want to see them do. Guys, we're still not looking for Rui enough. Teammates, Braun, look at you and Ham not going to him enough. Give his efficiency. Look, I've talked about that heavily. I think that they need to go to him more and utilize Rui better. I'm not saying you have to do it every possession, but let's see. Trying to find something to me. Wait, what? I might know. Yeah, I know you changed your use. Let's see. I was wondering, like, what did you what did you say to? Yeah, you've changed your username like twice. Um, let's see. But yes, I love how the Lakers do their seasons, man. It's literally the perfect setup for Bronze. I don't know what I said, bro. Get tired. Bronze legacy. If he wins, he's the greatest ever. Seriously, dude. If the Lakers pull out this W, man. If you don't think LeBron is the greatest yet, I don't know what to tell you. Um, I don't know what to tell you if they do that. Um, yeah, let them sleep on us, right? It just makes it that much more sweeter when we get that W, when we get that win. Uh, he says too. Phoenix may try to win at all, and Vogel is the coach. They got rid of Aiton and Monty, who were this year. The second I saw the tweet about Rui working with LeBron in the offseason, I instantly knew he was going to be great at the Lakers. Yeah. Hey, Phil Handy was the one that told him to do that. Phil Handy was like, dude, have you gotten with LeBron yet? He was like, no. He's like, I need to do it. We got to actually get the 6 seed that way. Yep. It's possible. Don't get your hopes up. If it happens, great. But if we can, that'd be beautiful. Beautiful. What else? Uh, uh, collective free check. Rui Hatch popped off. Yep, he was fantastic. I agree, but he's a new coach with the crippled roster. How can he control the miracle shots that Denver makes every time we play them? He's not out there playing. He can make better decisions, though. Yes, yeah. Again, that's why I agree. It's not all him. It's definitely a combination of things. And look, I mean, people in general, not even in basketball, just things. Period. People want a scapegoat. People want that one person to blame. Right? People want to be able to point at, like it was Russell Westbrook, and after the Denver series, it was D'Angelo Russell. But it's like, where was everyone else, right? Like Darvin Ham was trying to get like, where was Lonnie Walker? Where was LeBron James outside of Game 4? Where was Anthony Davis? Where was Austin? Well, Austin Reeves probably the best player in that series, but even Rui had his struggles, right? Like you don't just lose because of one person. You don't just lose games or whatever because of one person. So no, it is. It's one of those things. But Sean, all right, I'm gonna finish and close it out here with Sean's super chat. Thank you so much, Sean. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the super chat. Healthy LeBron and AD, we can defeat. We can definitely beat the Nuggets. Agree, 100%. I mean, look, I said it. I've said it several times. We got to the conference finals with a LeBron James that needed foot surgery, and Anthony Davis that was on one leg, and even D'Lo had a foot injury that he missed games prior to the playoffs for. And he even said in an interview, in what was it, the Grizzlies series, I think, that he was like, if it wasn't the playoffs, I wouldn't even be playing right now. And we were able to get to the conference finals. What do we look like with a healthy LeBron? I still think if we were healthy, maybe not like 100%, but healthier, I don't think we get swept in that series. But we can't change the past. We can't go back. But what we can do is win it this year. And look, I also think part of it is just mental. I think if the Lakers get that first win, everything changes. I think as soon as the Lakers get that first win, all of a sudden you'll see them just start looking like a completely different matchup, completely different team, like genuine. But anyway, Sean, I really appreciate that. Everyone, I do. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. I appreciate y'all being here. Got our game on Friday. Definitely talk about that. Again, if I'm gonna finish the Suns game, take a break. And if Suns win, I'm gonna get a video up. So look forward to that. Or the Suns lose. Sorry, the Suns lose. I'll get a video up. So look forward to that because we really need Phoenix to lose. Which right now, Phoenix is looking good, but a lot could happen. A lot of basketball left. But anyway, I appreciate you guys. Hit that like button on the way out. If you haven't hit that like button, subscribe to the channel on the way out if you're not